Okay, here we go, back under the hood, and basically what I did to determine which cylinder it was is, with the engine running, you take a pair of insulated, of course, pliers made for doing this, and you pull the spark plug off, the wire off rather, one at a time with the engine running. When you get to the one that is on the cylinder that's knocking, it will dramatically change the knock or make the knock entirely go away. And that's what happened on this one. Cylinder number 5, engine running. When I pulled the wire off, the knock totally went away because it's not firing that cylinder any longer. So whatever the slack is in that cylinder, whether it be a wrist pin or a connecting rod bearing or whatever it is, I isolated it to be cylinder number 5 by doing that. So proceeded to, of course, take the oil pan off the bottom, which only required loosening the idler arm from the frame to lower the steering linkage a bit. Got the oil pan off, came on top, took the top of the engine apart, the valve cover, the cylinder head came off, pushed that piston out of the engine, and was quite surprised at what I found. And as I say, this engine only has 10 or 12,000 miles on it, and it was completely rebuilt. Cylinders were bored and everything. And what I found was cracks in the piston. I hope you can see that crack. The piston skirt is cracked on both sides, and quite a bit of scuffing and scarring on this side of the piston, and some light scuffing on the other side. So of course we had to get on line and source another piston for the car. It's a 30 thousandths oversized piston. We have put the engine back together with a new exhaust manifold. Everything's back on it and ready to fire the engine. However, today, in anticipation of starting it, I took the top off the radiator to pour some coolant back in it, and as you can see, the radiator's not there. So ran into a quite unique problem with the radiator today. As I removed the cap from the radiator, just twisted the cap off to set it aside, something's shaking around inside the cap, and the flange on top of the radiator, the two little ears had broken off that the cap affixes to. So I don't know how long it had been like that, but looking at the pieces, they were quite tarnished around the edges. It wasn't a fresh break, so it probably had been like that for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and put a new radiator in it while we've got the thing apart. But as you can see, the new manifold is in place, carburetor's back on, everything's ready to go. So hopefully tomorrow the radiator come in and we'll fire this thing up, and I'll probably post you another post on this car. So that's it for today. That's all we got done.